Obviously, I'm not sure if you are actually aware of the Royal College of Obs-Gynae guideline. Very good. Highly encourage you to go and see it. But what they recommend is that obviously, again, those women should be reviewed at 6 weeks by their obstetrician or gynecologist, and at 12 weeks in a special clinic. But actually, when you look at the literature, there hasn't been a controlled trial about the different practices, and actually, it's very different everywhere, really. So, in an ideal world, we will have that sort of one-stop clinic for these women, and obviously that clinic will help these women, on the evaluation of clinical diagnosis and anorectal function. And obviously it would be ideal to them to have a pelvic floor questionnaire, then to do the endoanal and the anorectal physiology. That one clinic will be able to sort of recognize the pelvic floor symptoms. And we're talking about fecal incontinence, but those women also, remember what Heidi said about avulsion of levator ani and the impact that has on prolapse and urinary incontinence. So those women sometimes, surprisingly, don't have bowel symptoms. They actually have urinary symptoms, which is like, really? But, it's because we're not only talking about the external anal sphincter, as Heidi said, but the point of having a dedicated clinic to these women is that, you can then find out if they're having any problems and then actually refer them to the most appropriate clinician at that time. And then let's think about, from our clinical practice, that sometimes some of those women may actually have quite a traumatic experience, and therefore, that will be the point where you actually can discuss the labor with them and actually refer them again to the most appropriate clinician. I think it's also very important, and I mean it, that if in the future you actually decide to set up a clinic, that the information given to the woman is exactly the same, either if it's a physio, if it's a nurse, if it's a midwife, or it's the obstetrician or the colorectum. We should give them the same information, so there is sort of no point for mistaking information in that sense. And obviously the points of this clinic is to actually provide women with the best advice regarding mode of delivery for next pregnancy. And I just put reassurance and support, and that's because sometimes, because of that sort of negative connotation on the postnatal words, they need to hear from the specialists, the ones that we treat, those women in the short, in the long term, that, it is not that bad. There is a few things that you can do, but if not, we have you, we have the people that can help you. Now, an ideal clinic will actually have an array of professionals. I think we are quite lucky in our unit because we have physios, we have the clinical nurse specialist, we have clinical scientists, we have the obstetrician, we have the colorectal involved. So quite a good team. But you can always start solo, as in our clinic. We started the clinic in 2006, I think it was, and at that time it was only the obstetrician and a clinical nurse specialist, and it has now evolved into physios, clinical scientists, and so you don't need everyone to start with. Okay, that obviously the whole point of having these dedicated clinics is that you can do all the assessments at once, because once you have a baby, coming to the hospital, it could be a hassle sometimes, and so ideally, if you do all the tests, then better, and it should be mom and baby friendly, as in you should have breastfeeding facilities and so on. And again, I mean it when I say that we should give the same information from the moment they give birth to the moment they come to the clinic, or to the moment they go back 20 years down the line. Now, until this time, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but there is not a specific time frame when this clinic should happen. If you can actually look, everyone does it in a different time frame. In our hospital, we have 3 months, and then 9 months. That's 3 months. Basically, what we do is between the clinical nurse specialist and ourselves, and the clinical scientist, we do the ultrasound and the physiology, and then we do that part of pelvic floor questionnaires and treat those symptoms accordingly. After that initial appointment, we have the MDT review with 3 colorectal consultants, the obstetrician, the physios, the clinical nurse specialist, the clinical scientist. It's a good meeting. We have fun sometimes reviewing people's bottoms. But then, on that meeting, then thinking, and this is based on individual basis, comparing on the symptoms, thinking about the symptoms, the physiology, and the ultrasound, then we will make a decision as to what is the most appropriate mode of delivery for that person. Then, if they have symptoms, we will refer them for conservative biofeedback or physiotherapy. And then at 9 months, they will come back to speak with the obstetrician to discuss, the reports of the pelvic floor symptoms and, subsequent mode of delivery. Is an idea of how a clinic should work. It works for us, but it gives access to all the specialists that actually these women need. So, that's our clinic. That's what we think. Heidi?